we were already paying a really good dollar for people with no experience. So now we're paying a higher commission dollar for people with experience.
To me, having that excuse like, I don't know what to do is such BS, bro. The reason people buy your services is based on reviews and credibility.
Welcome to season 1 of More Money.
That's
On air.
More Money, EP numero siete. What?
Welcome back.
What's up? Oh, shit.
Tutu.
It's the new year. 2024, we here.
That's right.
Oh,
That's right. Oh, you can rap.
I should become a rapper.
Oh, man. Happy New Year, everybody. Welcome back to the podcast. And we are really excited to be back in here. It was an awesome end of the year. I don't know if you guys know, but the last time we shot this video, we were getting ready for a charity fundraiser with NAMBA, which is a group that we are part of down here in South Florida. That went really well. That was back on December 14th. Excellent Topgolf event. And just want to shout out the Florida Breast Cancer Foundation, which is where we provided all of our proceeds from the event. And everybody that attended, thank you so much for being there. We truly appreciate it. How was your New Year's, man?
Oh, dude, New Year's was great for me. Just spent it here with the family, had a little holiday party. So we welcomed the new year like we usually do. Last year, it was in New York. Well, actually, the year before last.
Oh, that's right.
The year before last, 2022, we did it in New York, just me and Veronica. So this year was kind of refreshing to be with the whole family again and really enjoy ourselves. So, but it was great. How about yours?
So I don't know if you knew, but you definitely knew. I took off right after the Topgolf event, and I drove back to New York. So I brought my dog with me.
Okay.
So I drove up to Savannah, spent the night there, then drove up to Richmond, spent the night there, and then made it back to New York. And I spent almost full 3 weeks up in New York, and excellent time. Got to see my sister.
Yeah.
She actually brought her dogs with her.
Hey.
Got to see my brother-in-law. Got to see my brother. Got to see my sister-in-law. Got to see his kids. And so, it's my mom and my dad. So everything was great. Had a great time. And though I don't really love being back in New York very often just because I'm not a winter in New York kind of person anymore, it was great to see my friends and everybody else that I got a chance to meet up with while I was there.
That's awesome, bro. So we kind of switched roles. You went to New York this year. I went to New York last year.
That's right.
That's great, bro. That's awesome. So, dude, episode 7, brand new year.
Yeah.
Last episode, we talked about some strategies that you could think about for this year, specifically game planning for this new year, right? So making sure that you're thinking of the right strategy, right?
What day does this air? Is it the 5th or is it the
4th?
The 4th this airs?
Euro Quattro, yeah.
So I mean, the 1st has already come. You're probably on your 2nd day of work. If this airs on the 4th, you're watching this, you're on your 2nd day of work, and, hopefully you're already starting to execute the strategy. Hopefully the little nuggets we left you in the last episode have translated to more than just that for you, and you've written some things down and you've mapped your road out. And as you can tell, this year, I promised Joel I'd be a little bit more vocal, a little bit more excited, a little bit more, visible, and not just standing here all stoic like I normally do. So I'd been thinking about that all year last year too. So yeah.
You're not doing bad for your 7th episode.
That's right. I'm getting the hang of it 7 episodes later.
You're not doing bad. Okay, who's got the over and under on how long this lasts?
I think it's gonna last the entire time period. Yeah.
That means you must be super excited for this year.
I am. I'm super excited for this year.
Why?
I mean, okay, first of all, we've got some new people on the team. I'm super excited about that.
Okay.
Second of all, we have a growing pipeline. Now, we saw it happening at the end of December, but I'm a little surprised at how many we've got in the pipeline now in January, so that's kind of awesome. Our commercial pipeline is blown up.
December and January technically supposed to be like the lowest volume months, but
it's not always the case. It used to be refinances were a thing in January, right? People were spending money in December, did all my gifts, did all these things, and now I got to recoup some of that. So refinance on the house, pay my bills, consolidate. That was a normal thing. And I don't feel like we're seeing a lot of that right now, but we are seeing a lot of loan apps right now, and it's way more than we've seen ever before.
Yeah, but if you did fall into that scenario, right, or if you have clients that fell into this scenario where they spend a lot of money, but they just don't want to touch that first lien, then simply go ahead and do a home equity line of credit, do a second lien, right?
Yeah.
Help them consolidate that debt because these loans are usually about 30-year loans. So even though at least they're not paying credit card rates at 20%, where they're paying second lien rates at a much lower percentage.
That's right.
Amortized over a longer term. So
Yeah, no, you're
already
right.
coming at you live with strategies.
2024.
2024. All right. So locks of excitement, new members.
Yeah.
Okay. So we got some new people on the team. Florida based, right?
Florida based. Actually, another one person in the Georgia market. Okay. That's been great. Somebody actually introduced to Natalie last year, and is now joined the team up there. And actually, how somebody had just introduced to Christopher up in Colorado. I'm not sure what the traction is there with them yet, but good to see those areas growing and not just our Florida market growing. But Florida market has grown. We've taken on 3 new team members since we last spoke about team members, and we're into 2024 with a good new group of people. And a lot of the people that were here with us are still here with us. So team's growing. We've got some really cool changes in comp that are really exciting for people with experience that we were not doing before. We've been hyper-focused on people that have been inexperienced or have no experience, right? So we used that model for the first couple of years to get a lot of people in the door. We taught them the way to do business. We taught them our way. And now we're starting to launch the higher commission dollars. And we were already paying a really good dollar for people with no experience. So now we're paying a higher commission dollar for people with experience. These are people who we don't have to babysit. We don't have to check in on. We don't have to coach. We don't have to train. Really, it's one of those autonomous roles. Hey, originate, do your thing, and make a lot more commission dollars.
Which I think is going to be extremely beneficial for anybody experienced in this market now, because what's happening is markets are getting better, right?
Yeah.
Markets are getting better. We spoke about, oh, dang, sorry for hearing that. We spoke about that a lot on our last video about how the market is getting better, how you're seeing rates starting to decline. You're seeing inventory go up because people are selling because of rate declines. And you're also going to see buyers that were on the sidelines start to appear all over again because of all of this. So it's really a good time right now to maximize earning potential, because I know that there's loan officers that got into the business like myself in 2021. Or in 2020, right? That couldn't maximize profits in 2021, even though it was the best time to be in the business because you didn't have a book of business, right?
No, you didn't.
And now if you're like me and you made it and you pushed through the shitty times that we're in right now, you pushed through 2023, the worst year of home affordability in the market. It's statistically proven. Watch our last episode. If you pushed that,
watch our last episode.
I'm just going to keep saying, watch our last episode. Watch every damn episode because you want to see
And by the way, when you're watching these episodes, thank you for watching. Some of you are sending us comments. We'd love it if you put those comments right at the bottom of our videos, or hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, share this podcast with other people. We truly appreciate that.
But yeah, no, for real. And something that we didn't say on the last episode, man, was that More Money, episode 5, was actually our biggest and most viewed episode with over 200 views. We got over 50 subscribers relatively really quick, with this show only having 5 to 6 episodes, now 7. And that I'm just grateful for, man. I'm just grateful. You hear all these stories about how YouTube takes forever to ramp up, and I just feel like we have really put ourselves out there in that sense. And we don't plan to stop. We plan to make 1 million episodes.
I'm not making 1 million episodes, but hey, whatever he's gonna do, he's gonna do. I think we'll probably make a good few hundred episodes. I'm in for that, but I don't think a million.
I think by the time we get to like episode 200 or 300 or something like that, we'll have this just AI Joel and Roy here sitting on these same exact chairs, just speaking.
Oh man, that would be really cool.
Imagine ChatGPT just what we want.
Yeah, like, hey, say this at 3 p.m. during filming of the episode 127, and like an holographic image just shows up, and ChatGPT just gives it what it needs to say, and boom. I mean,
I think it's like, I think we give all of the.
All right, we're in fantasy land.
Sorry, guys, this is what we do.
By the way, speaking of, one of my wishes last year was to find a pizzeria that I could really get behind down here in Miami. And I found that in Joe's Pizza. For me being a New Yorker and having that New York need for a regular New York style pizza, Joe's is amazing. Listen, there's a lot of good pizza down here. There's that Miami Slice. They do a lot of really cool gourmet stuff. But if you just want a slice, and if you're from New York, you know what a slice is, right? And you're from down here, you're going to say, what kind? But if you just want a slice, you know, Joe's is great. But I got to tell you, it ruined my trip to New York.
Well, because you were looking forward to it.
Yeah, I was looking forward to eating pizza in New York. And then I was like, I just had this.
Damn.
That's tough.
Yeah. But I mean, when we went to New York, we had some pretty good pizza. I forgot the place that we went to, but it was one of those like on the window type things. So I was like, all right, this is where we need to be.
Yeah, man. Oh, that's tough.
That's awesome, man. So 2024, guys, I think we're, you know, honestly, this channel, I don't think there's that many channels like of loan stuff that are as funny as us, to be honest with you.
Yeah, listen, a lot of people do informational. A lot of people do factual. Now, listen, we drop facts and we drop information that's available to the public. We do. We may not do it in as great detail, but that's because we like to give you our opinion. And that's something a lot of other people don't want to do, right? I was talking about this with a few people last year. Why are we comfortable giving opinion? Particularly because we're not worried what our employer is going to say. We're not worried about what that may do as far as employment opportunities for ourselves, right? So that makes a big difference on what you're willing to put out there versus what you might be restricted from talking about when you work at a big company and you know you can't give your opinion, because there are a lot of people out there who have great shows, who do a lot of social media, and you know, they can say this is happening, but they can't say this is happening and this is what I think about it.
Yeah,
you know,
that's true.
That's, I think, why we get a lot of traction, man. We get a lot of traction because this is what we think about it.
And we're unbiased, we're uncut, we're raw. And dude, just shout out to my employer for an all expense paid trip to my wedding in April. Thank you, my employer, for being so amazing. But yeah, it's true. It's true. So if you're watching this and you work for a big company, relatively, maybe a bank or something of that nature, and you're like, oh, I want to get into the social media space. I want to give my opinions. I want to move into a space where I'm more of my own person. I mean, are we allowed to say this? Can I say it? That all our employees are 1099, right? That's.
Well, they're not.
They're not, right?
Yeah.
All right. Well, if you're, yeah. So what we do is we do offer certain advantages to working with us, because we try to give autonomy to our autonomy to our team members, right? Autonomy to our team members where they're allowed to say what they gotta say, right? What they want to say, obviously with certain moderations. You can't go past compliance, right? But we like to
restrict a lot of it, right? Yeah. We just make it easy for everybody. Like, don't talk about rates. Don't do it anywhere. And it gives you some freedom.
Yeah.
If you don't put that into the fold, it gives you some freedom. Don't talk about, you know, or don't put certain phrases or certain words in place, and that gives you some freedom. So rather than worrying about am I being compliant, don't use any of these things and you'll always be compliant, right? So that's great. And that helps with keep people being able to create content. Also, we're giving people the content. A lot of them are just regurgitating the content, making it nicer looking, fancier. Yeah, you know, and so that works perfect.
It's crazy so for those of you guys that don't know, I run a social media marketing agency for loan officers, right? And the number one bottleneck that I get from mortgage companies, loan officers, anything like that is I don't know what to post. Like, what do you mean you don't know what to post? Like, how can that be? Number one, right here. You can get a transcription of this entire episode. put it into ChatGPT. ChatGPT, make me 5 different scripts from this episode utilizing the mortgage knowledge and content. And it will create for you 5 scripts. By the way, this show's free, ChatGPT's free, and social media's free. Right there, right? I'm signed up to NBA Newslink. NBA Newslink is also free for that everyday post that I get. And I just read, there's like 6 articles on the side, and I read each article every day.
It's awesome.
And from that article, I'm like, great, and I write my own notes down. I'm like, hey, I think this would be good. I think this would be good. That's what we take on this show, as well. So to me, having that excuse, like, I don't know what to do, is such BS, bro.
Yeah.
It's such BS.
Yeah. Listen, there's plenty you can do, right? So I've done a couple of posts on TikTok just over the last couple of days. And if you've noticed, I've done a lot more in the last 2 weeks. So pretty cool. Before this episode came out and our last episode came out, my last TikTok video was about our charity event last month. But since then, and while I was in New York, I did a number of different TikTok videos. Joel actually showed me a couple of cool ways to put like green screen stuff behind me on TikTok, which is cool. And I've seen a lot of people doing that. I just never took the time to figure out how to do it. But he showed me how to do it in a couple minutes. And I just started talking about my day, other things that are happening. Yeah. I tied it into maybe something. Yeah. And if there was something relevant that was mortgage related, then I talked about that too.
It's called, there's a word for that. It's called repurposing. But
yeah.
It's holiday season, but some things that I do want to talk about. Did you know that stress and anxiety during this holiday season rise by about 40%? Loneliness and depression are actually up by about a total of 50%. That's crazy to me. This is why I live my life in a state of gratitude all the time. I'm grateful for what I have and what I don't have. I'm grateful for the journey. I'm grateful for what I've been through. I'm grateful for the love the Lord has given me, and I'm grateful for the love I've had with my fiance. I'm grateful for the love I have around me at all times and constantly. Sometimes we can get so focused on just looking at what's bad, what's happening, what don't we have, right? We're in a consumerist, capitalistic environment. We need to be focusing on, that's why every day I make it a point to focus on what I'm grateful for. And what I'm grateful for is my family, grateful for my future marriage, grateful for my future kids, being a husband, a man people can be proud of. And I'm just grateful for every opportunity that I've ever gotten in my life. Write down what you're grateful for in the comments below. I want to hear from you because I want you to be happy all the time, just like I am. Yeah, so right, we repurpose content. What we do is we repurpose it and contextualize it, right? But what I mean by contextualizing and repurposing, all right, you'll look at More Lending and Joel and Roy's social medias, right? Roy's on LinkedIn, Roy's on Instagram, Roy's on TikTok, and I believe Roy's also on another page, whatever. Let's just go with those. Yeah, Facebook. Now, Joel is on TikTok, Joel's on Instagram, Joel's on Facebook, Joel's on YouTube, Joel's on all of them, right? And mainly, More Lending is also on LinkedIn, all of these other platforms as well.
Yep.
Now, if you go to More Lending's LinkedIn, you'll see that we post the videos that we post on YouTube, right? We shout them out, we promo them. Why? Because our audience on this episode is generally B2B. It's business to business. We are trying to reach out to loan officers, mortgage companies, strategies. Yes, we may speak about the client here on time to time, what the client can be doing, but that's for you to use to tell your client, right?
Sure.
So that's where we post a lot. YouTube, this gets posted as well on YouTube. Long form, very long videos get posted. Short clips get posted as well. Now, on Instagram, we cut up this video and make it a lot shorter.
Yep.
Our loan officers do short form videos as well. So we grab all of those videos and we post them on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube Shorts.
It gives them an additional push and boost in their views, their likes, because they're piggybacking ours. And that's something we do for all of our people. It's interesting because even the big players out there don't do that for their loan officers. Repost your loan officer stuff or your employee stuff.
People,
and push that.
We push them. We want them to make videos. That's why we have this studio. That's why they get a huge discount for being Golden Light Media for working with Golden Light Media. So it's another big push. But we do that through More Lending's page, just contextualizing it. Now, Joel himself, right? Joel does have a YouTube channel, but he doesn't have a podcast, his own podcast, right? This is his own podcast. This is what we run. We run it through More Lending. This is really not another thing that I want to do with it, right? Me and the soon-to-be wifey, we're actually thinking of starting a podcast together.
That's cool.
Doing something just to give young couples, what we went through.
Yeah.
And we went through and just give young couples an idea. But that's a later on. That might be our own podcast there. But Joel has a TikTok. And on Joel's TikTok is funny, dumb posts. Joel's TikTok has informational stuff that I green screen as well. And that's all contextualized. That's depending on where I'm posting is what I'm posting. On my Instagram, my story posts are talking about my promos, my offers, my this, my that. So,
you know what? I want to add something there. And it makes a lot of, where it's very important. For those of you who are starting out in the social media space, and you're like, oh my God, it takes so long to do this. Yeah, you know what? In the beginning, that's going to be true because you don't know how to do it yet. Now, I do a TikTok video. I might shoot 3 or 4 of them, hold them, post them the next day, and I'm doing that in a matter of 15 minutes, right? Maybe sometimes even less. Things I put on Instagram, Facebook, again, really quick, really short. I'm repurposing it, putting a little bit of my own flair into it, and then posting it there. I can actually post, now, mind you, 2 years ago, I could not do this, but after Joel showed me how to do a lot of these things, I can actually post on 4 different platforms in a matter of 15 to 30 minutes and be done with content for the week.
Yeah. And nobody's saying you gotta be on all platforms, right?
Right.
Again, increased visibility, the best type of visibility. It really is, right? But you just need to master one of those, which I think in 2024, social media and content needs to be a focus point, just a real big focus point for you and your business. If you have not done it before, I'm not afraid to say it, your business is going to fail, man. And I'm not afraid to say it. You might think I'm some young 24-year-old here, don't know what I'm talking about. Bro, I am the future. Like, it is me.
I believe the children are our future. Oh.
I am the future. This guy's got, he can't even make it to the 1,000,000th episode. This guy's got a couple more. So he's got a couple more years in the pipeline left. And then it's me. It's me, my people, my clients, my buyers, my friends, all that stuff, right? And think about that when myself is giving you their input, right? Because let me tell you something, and you brought this up the other day. I'll give you a perfect example. I needed to learn how to lace up my Yeezys, right? I don't know how to do it. Where did I go?
YouTube.
On YouTube. I said, how do you lace up my Yeezys on YouTube? What do you think the future clients are going to do? It's like, how do I get a mortgage, right? Mm-hmm. How do I how do I do house hacking on an FHA? Like, what is house hacking?
Right.
Bro? And there's going to be some 24-year-old like myself letting you know, hey, house hacking is when you buy with 3.5% down on FHA. And guess who they're going to call? Me, dog.
Yep, that's true. That's true. You got to be there. Millennials are the ones waiting to get back into the buying market. They're going to be the biggest cohort of buyers in the not so distant future, and that age group, they check probably Google or YouTube first before they check anything else. They're not coming to your mortgage website. Stop it. They're not coming there. Like, what are we doing, guys? That's not where they're going. Like, if you didn't figure that out by now, I don't know what industry you're working in.
That's good. That's good. I like that.
Like, what are we talking about?
I mean, they're like, it was funny because I'm like, so I'm currently working out a new deal with someone there. And one of the questions like, hey, your website, or whatever. And I'm like, bro, I don't sell on my website. Like, I got it to just have it there.
Yeah.
But I sell through Instagram.
And that's another thing, like this is my corporate hat on. Vendor management. Stop it. You need to go check whether somebody has a website because they provide a service. Yeah, you might need it for some legitimacy purposes to say, oh, okay, they actually exist. But that's not where they provide the service. If they provide social media services, you want to check any of their platforms, right? Like, listen, if I really had to put it out there, right? I'm on TikTok, I'm on Instagram, I'm on Facebook, I'm on Threads, I'm on YouTube, I'm on LinkedIn, I'm on all these things, and that's where I'm at. I'm not regularly visiting even our own company's website. I'll go in once a month to make sure I just do a check, nothing's broken, all the links are working. But it's also because our Google page gets more traction, way more traction than our website does.
Dude, you're absolutely right. And you know what? I was on the phone. I actually, something super cool that I'm going to be doing this year, and I'm so excited for it. And this is actually a call to anybody watching this video. A content creator reached out to me on Instagram. He's like, hey, he's in a completely different other business than I am. He said, hey, I want to make a group of content creators. I want to create this group where we offer different services, but we can promote each other and help each other out. And I was like, dude, that's such a brilliant idea. And one of the things that he told me was like, yeah, because we want, the reason people buy your services is based on reviews and credibility, right? And your website is probably going to have your reviews, but the reviews got to go somewhere, right? And that whether that be Google, whether that be video testimonials. Let me tell you something. Getting a video testimonial of your client saying to you, hey, this guy's service was amazing, or getting them to write a review for you is what's going to set you apart. Because listen, we got 5 stars on Google with over 100 reviews, right? And anytime somebody's like, hey, who do you work for? More Lending. Oh, how do you spell that? Look us up on Google. Yep. Look us up on Google. My name is Joel Gonzalez. Look us up on Google.
Yep.
It's like, okay, boom. 5 stars. They're like, oh, this is a good company.
Yeah, absolutely.
This is a good
company. We worked hard to do that. We went out there, and every time we close a deal, we request that. Where I got that from? That line that we use, I got it from Audi. Audi does that with their salespeople. I drive 2 Audis.
This guy's selling for Audi now.
And Audi does it with their salespeople. Their salespeople, after they're done, will call you and say, if I gave you 5-star service, could you please leave me a review? So that's how they ask for that. And they're like, if you're not going to do 5 stars, just don't do it.
Yeah.
And I'm very much of the same mindset. If I gave you 5-star service, then leave me a review. If I didn't, then don't bother. I'm not going to ask for it. And if you want to do it organically on your own, then hey, great. Yeah. But every one of those we respond to. And putting all that additional text in place creates that SEO organically on its own. We don't pay for a thing on the advertising side for Google, for any of that. We've done that all through 3 years of just pushing it ourselves, 100% organic.
Yeah, and that's my biggest model because, yes, do I think digital ads work? Yes, they absolutely work, right? They do work, right? But there's a certain cost per click that you have, and shout out to one of the realtors that I work with. He does digital advertisements. He's crushing it, bro. He is amazing with that.
He just dropped the F-bomb.
Yeah, I just dropped the F-bomb. But he crushes it, bro. And he does really well. He's actually moved to the commercial space as well. He's like, bro, this is an untapped market. So we telling you, man, commercial's an untapped market that people really don't realize. But he's crushing it. So I think he did over 30 deals last year just through advertisements, ads. And I bet you if you're running ads, unless it was a great market, you didn't close that many deals.
No, that's true.
So,
or at least not from those ads.
Yeah, exactly. But so what he's doing, they absolutely do work, and we're going to get into that space. But here's the thing, and this is the thing that I don't think anybody realizes. Here's the thing.
I told you, it's going to be a lot livelier this year.
Here's the thing. Oh, my gosh. So here's the thing with that, right? When they look at your advertising, if somebody's advertising, Joe Schmo Mortgage is advertising to me, get a great rate. Ah, shit. Who's Joe Schmo Mortgage? what? Joe Schmo, like I can't even put a face to this company. I don't even know who it is. I don't even know what they're offering. They have no social presence.
Right.
How am I supposed to know who you are?
Right.
And I think that is, if you're not working on your own organic stuff, then you're going to lose that client at the end of the day, even though you're spending $200-$300 per ad.
Yep.
So really think about how that strategy for social media is going to work. Think about how your online visibility is going to work, because being visible right now, just being seen and being heard, like we're trying to be, I could put the mics louder if you guys even want me to, but being seen and being heard is the new normal, man.
By the way, let me give you a tip. So for those of you at big companies, or for those of you on your own, doesn't matter who you are. The cool part about launching social media is almost all the strategies that are out there to use are already available on social media. Somebody's already put it out there for free. Search for the free ones. They'll teach you the same things that the ones that cost money will teach you, and you don't have to pay for them. There's a lot of creators out there. There's a lot of marketing people out there who have put that information out there and how to do it out there for free. You just have to have some patience to watch, listen, and learn. And you might not need somebody to tell you what direction you're going to take from a marketing perspective when you take the time to actually watch, listen, and learn.
Now, I agree with that 100%, because it's what I did. I took the time to learn. I went through the trials and tribulations. I went through all the BS that you got to go through to become a good marketing person, to become good on social media. Now, for those ultra successful loan officers, or just successful loan officers that don't have the time to cultivate that have been doing business well.
Or successful businesses.
Yeah.
Get in touch with GLF.
Yeah, reach out to me. What I'm doing is I figured out, hey, I'm a loan officer. I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing. I know my marketing techniques. I know my scripts. I know my ideas, what topics to speak about, what thumbnails to use that are going to catch people's attention. I've gotten all that down pat.
Yep.
And that's what I'm doing right now. That's what Golden Light Media is doing right now. We are helping loan officers and whole mortgage companies, entire mortgage companies film videos that are going to be successful in growing their social media and building a brand, dude. Because let me tell you something, more is a brand.
Yep.
More Lending is a brand. When you see the O or you see the MOR, that is a brand household name. We put our pictures up on Coconut Grove. We are sponsors at Namba. We do so many of these different things together that we're a brand.
Yeah.
And man, it may not be quick.
It's a regional brand. It's in our market mostly. I mean, when we say Namba, it's the South Florida chapter. When we say Coconut Grove, it's the Coconut Grove Arts Festival. But these things are the things that, people see our logo, people see or hear our names. They see us walking around with our shirts on, and they know. They're like, oh, that's a mortgage company. I was at a dinner last month, and I met a gentleman from another mortgage company, one of the owners, right? And I looked at his name tag, and I said, oh, my God, I know your company. Matter of fact, the commercial bank that I do my business banking with, you do all their mortgages, and they mentioned you to me before. And he looked at my badge, and he goes, oh, I know you guys. I've seen your name before. And that kind of made me smile a little bit. I was like, wow. You've been around for 25 years.
Awesome.
And we know your name. We've been around for 3 years, and he knew our name.
Wow,
yeah.
Awesome. It's actually funny. I went to, I know you guys saw the last podcast or 2 podcasts ago, Tony Robbins event that I went to.
Yeah.
Literally sitting at a table, having lunch, talking to some people there. And this dude across the table, he's like, I've seen you before. I'm like, fuck you mean you see me before? Oh, man. Sorry, guys. This F-bomb is coming out. I'm like, what do you mean you've seen me before? He's like, dude, on social media, I know who you are. You're Mortgage Loan Joe. I was like, bro, I almost flipped
that's
that
awesome.
table, bro.
So
I almost
awesome.
flipped that table. Was he a buyer? No, but somebody that recognizes, that's visibility. And guys, I've been doing this for coming up on 2 years now, and I feel the break is coming. I feel that ultra break is coming where I really grow our online presence, because that fifth video, unless you already have a huge audience, fifth video getting 200 and something views on a 40-minute podcast. It's unseen.
Yeah.
It's unseen.
True.
We had 18, I think we had we had 9 subscribers.
Yep.
9 subscribers a month ago. And we have already gotten close to 60.
Yep.
So growing with 50 subscribers in a mortgage show. We're not doing anything that like, we're not doing anything crazy. This is a mortgage show.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the best part, right? But again, I think it's because we're not scared of the opinion piece, and that's why we get a lot more traction. There's a couple of others out there that get a lot of traction, but again, they're only doing information, or they're only doing factual shows. And then they have separate channels where they talk about their opinion. We're doing it all in one space, and that's why we're growing so fast.
That's why we're growing, because we're uncut. We're raw. I don't even know. I wanted to find more synonyms, but I just don't know them. But so guys, I think we're getting ready to wrap this up. This episode. It's an amazing beginning of the new year. So much excitement.
Welcome to 2024. Listen, if you've already put that strategy in place and you need some fine tuning, or if you just haven't gotten the chance to say, what is my strategy going to be? Reach out. We've got a lot of good options. We've spent the last 2 years not bothering to recruit from this perspective, but if you're watching us now, we're going to get a little bit more aggressive about it. If you're an experienced LO, come find us. We've got some really cool things for you. If you're a brand new LO getting into the business, come find us. We want you there. You know, last month I told a group of people that, you know, a large percentage of our company is in the millennial Gen Z range, and that's 100% true. As a matter of fact, one of our owners here is a Gen Zer, right? And so,
GZ.
You know, we want to make sure that you understand that you have a great work environment and that you have some really good opportunities to blast off in 2024 and with the market that's coming into 2025.
Amen to that. Yeah, experienced LOs, people that want to start branches. I can't express this enough, guys. I really can't express this enough. You get so much being here. You get top commissions. And I know people always try to recruit with commissions, but that's great. But you get so much more. You get this bald man's mind. And it's truly a mind that it works in just such a different way. You get discounted social media advertisement prices, things that you guys don't even need to do. You get a studio right here, right now. You get to work remote. You get to be your own boss and do whatever it is that you would like to do with your own business. And as long as you don't pass a certain threshold where you're mentioning rates, because we've never mentioned rates, as long as you're doing what we're doing, I just dropped 2 F-bombs on this show. Like, I didn't mean to.
We're not condoning that.
We're not condoning it. I didn't mean to, but I mean, we're still gonna put it.
Yeah. We're still gonna air this episode.
I'm not saying go out and curse on all your videos, but that's what we do here. We want more.
By the way, stick with us for the next 3 episodes in a row, because that'll be our 10th episode. And apparently, Joel told me something last year at the end of the year. It really stuck with me while I was away. A lot of podcasts don't make it past their 10th episode.
90%.
90% of podcasts don't make it past their 10th episode. So don't forget to come and make sure you watch episode 11, which is going to be around about 2 months.
Dude, 2024, baby. That's all I got to say. I'm not even going to say anything more, guys. Enjoy the beginning of the new year. Reach out to us on Instagram, social media. Drop a comment below, a like, subscribe. Please, that's all we can ask for. Like and subscribe. That's all we can ask for. And if you just feeling good, like all the other videos we posted before, you didn't got to watch them. Just like them.
Yep.
All right, guys. Enjoy your rest of the day. And that's out. More Money, episode 7. Hey.